The Joe Rogan Experience.
Here's the thing, and I know this is going to sound horrible because I think even if Jesus were to come back, he would even say, enough with the refugees. Like, I think, we got to not fuck up the whole world and then take them all in. Like this writer, Steve Saylor, said, he had a great quote, invade the world, invite the world. Can't do it. We can't go around fucking everything up, and then all these people show up, and we go, well, we owe them. I go, I don't owe them. I didn't do it. I didn't bomb them. Well, your tax dollar. It's like we have to stop letting people destabilize all these countries and then let them in. We have floods of refugees in
Why
Europe.
do you think the refugees are coming in from the southern border like they are? Why do you think they're allowing that to happen?
It's economic migration, and the reason is that a lot of these business owners and rich people benefit from cheap labor. They want gardeners, they want nannies, they want chefs, they want people doing their nails. They want if you
do you think
own,
they've thought of that?
Of
and said,
course.
let's let them in so they can do our nails.
Of course, they don't want to pay American wages. If you can hire someone at $3 an hour or whatever it is, off the books, illegal labor. You know how many construction projects go up with illegal labor? You know how many of these construction projects in Miami? They're building like 20 new towers in Miami with floating bathtubs for Bitcoin criminals. And God only knows the Paul brothers, and God bless everybody. I like them. But like they're building all these big towers in Miami. How's that? I'm not doing it. It's illegal labor.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah. Now, DeSantis shut that down, and all the construction projects are grinding to a halt. Because there's a lot of illegal labor being used in putting up certain buildings.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
This is a huge part. This is what, or we're to believe that the people living in Greenwich, Connecticut love El Salvadorians. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. It's either that they're benefiting financially from it, or there's a housewife in Greenwich going, I'd love an arepa.
New Florida immigration rules start to strain some businesses. Some employers say they were losing workers because of the new law, which is championed by Governor Ron
look at this photo.
DeSantis. A dude roofing a house.
This is
building a house.
We have this massive housing boom that was enabled not only by the low interest rates, but by you have to have people to build these houses. What do you think D.H. Horton, all these companies they don't admit to it.
So how do you mitigate that? So you think that's literally why they're letting everyone in? You don't think it has anything to do with voting?
Yes, it has a lot to do with voting. It has to do with
allow people to register.
Certain demographics are better for the Democrat Party, and we know that. However, Republicans, up until recently, didn't care that much because they thought they could turn Latinos Republican, and some of them will. Some Latinos are Catholics, and they go, we don't want to do gender monopoly and gender musical chairs or whatever games they're playing over there. We're going to stick with, and a lot of Latinos don't vote. So you have a large percentage of people that don't subscribe. They go, the political system's bullshit. Who cares?
Well, also you have the Biden administration sending people back.
That's right.
From Venezuela.
Yeah.
The Venezuela people who escaped a communist government, they would vote Republican.
Yeah,
get out of here.
You got to go. So they don't want to let more Cubans in from Miami. They don't want to let more Cubans in. No. But I think the economic interests of these people are we can bring in people that will do the work for nothing.
Yeah.
The Tyson chicken raid. This was the big thing. The immigration, the raid that whatever ICE or whoever did on the Tyson chicken factory. There's a big story during Trump's term. They raided that. African-American unemployment dried up in the months after that because the Tyson chicken factory had to hire Americans. So when these companies are forced to hire Americans and pay American wages, they do.
Right.
But until they're forced to do that, they're going to rely on largely illegal, unregulated labor. And that's in their personal lives and private lives. So if you can hire a landscaping company to come to your Hamptons house or your house in Bel Air or Greenwich or here, wherever. It's beautiful places here.
But it seems like such an
Spanish
insane
Oaks,
strategy to just keep the border open. It seems like such a fucking dangerous move. Chicken plants lured them. Feds jailed them. How Mississippi's immigration crisis unfolded. Oh, the chicken factories. Undocumented workers were once considered an acceptable part of our economy. Now they are demonized. Interesting.
And again, I'm not saying like this is a great thing to do these raids, and obviously there's human costs, but what tends to happen when you lose illegal labor, you have to hire Americans. And they don't want to do that. Why is the Chamber of Commerce pro-immigration? Why are the Koch brothers open borders advocates? Is it because David Koch loves people from Central America? Or is it because he wants to drive down the cost of wages? He believes in a market rate. And a market rate is, hey, anyone will do it. This is the problem with kind of that libertarian type of philosophy. It just doesn't work if you import the third world to America.
Right.
That doesn't really work because then you're setting wages. People on Park Avenue in Manhattan go, yeah. What does that guy want? $4? Let's find someone to do it for $2.50.
So is this idea to try to compete with other countries that do this, like China?
That is one of the ideas. The other idea is to get a 9th sailboat.
Yeah.
It's people that go, where are our profits? How can we maximize these profits?
What's the bottleneck?
How can we maximize? How can
we
we put up
cheap labor bottleneck?
How can we put up 100 houses for just the material cost and a minute labor cost?